Yo, so I just wanted to share something, but I'm sitting here watching. Anyway, I'm just fucking around, kind of.
They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They just strut. What the fuck? They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They just strut. What the fuck? They know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They just strut.
When you see me just like zone out and not do anything, I'm like in my head in a way that is good. It's not like, it's like, I can be into it like this, but I could also just be like really zoned in and, like thinking where would what go where. There's always like a song that a song reminds me of. But okay, here. I do like this song, but I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna pause it. So yeah, I was just like watching this. I actually showed my parents. Are they my parents? Is everybody my kids? Is this is the cult mind, the culture? Get it? We're in some kind of, it's like fractal bacteria thing. Maybe not really. Maybe that's just the void, and like let's get out of that and like go to the actual fun place. Like the fractal bacteria thing, but like the fractal thing like behind him. But it's not. Just don't worry about it. Let's go to the good place. Which is more like this and a party, and less like whatever probably Christian stuff that people told you. I don't think the kingdom of heaven is like that. I think it's more like the festivals of the Old Testament, because that's literally how it's described in Isaiah 25, like the festival of life and stuff. So I'm guessing this is probably why I have a crown of life, or one of the reasons. In any instance, as the overcomer at the seven churches of Asia from the book of Revelation in every Bible everywhere. It literally says if you cut it out, it's a problem. But okay, I also want to say Martin Garrix, I enjoy his music and his label, like his music personally, but also his label puts out a lot of good tracks that are like just very catchy. There's stuff that you could probably play to anybody, but also just I like them. They're not. I don't feel like they're like cheap or um, like cheap or inauthentic. Looks like a guy's having fun, and just in any instance, I enjoy the music. So, and there's a lot of it in the mixes that I put together. In fact, one of those songs was that sample in the least is in one of the things, and I'm sure something connected to uh, one of the songs from his label is on there. So, okay, that's what that was. Just like there's so much hair these days, I'm just like, um, I'm not even kidding. It's becoming a problem. I've never had it this long before, so it's actually a problem now. Is this Super Saiyan 3? Super Gay in 3, 2, what? No, I'm kidding. Or am I kidding? If I'm, this is what I'm about to say. Like, oh, hold on. I didn't mean to pause it. Did I unlive it? Hold on. My keyboard's unplugged. It does this, but I don't know if it's someone fucking with my computer or not. So if you're doing that, stop. Or if someone's doing that, stop them from doing that. It's getting annoying. Watch. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, because there's no, there's no, like, you can't go back. So whatever. In any instance, I have been talking about, like, a bunch of stuff recently, and YoTV was this idea that I had, right? Like, almost exactly 2,520 days ago, which is the biblical period. There's 1,260 days of witness in Revelation. 2,520 is double that. I think there are periods of time that like something's going on where I've been able to prove that at intervals and specific things, like certain things are going on, and like I can show like extreme levels of foresight that seem like it probably looks magical, but it's just Yahweh. I'm just on autopilot. Like literally, Jesus is the pilot. So I hope. I don't think it's anybody else because I don't think I'd be able to say Jesus is the pilot and Yahweh is Jesus' father. And I'm just like I'm more honest than any Christian that you know about who Jesus is and what he stands for. So like, let's not pretend. That's why I think I'm the overcomer at the seven churches of Asia from the Book of Revelation. And yeah, so I have this, and like 7 years ago, almost, it'll on the 15th. So if we go to, and this is going to be about Dua Lipa here in a moment. I'm going to name this something Dua Lipa probably, but like Ultra Dua Lipa Festival or something. We're going to do some kind of festival here in Houston. How about that? That's one of the ways we're going to collab. I just came up with that right now. That has to be what this is like. There you go. That's is that it? Or did someone take that? Or well, I guess we'll see. We'll see if she wants to do it. But okay. So, and I think this is going on in Croatia, right? Croatia anyway. I keep seeing Croatia pop up there. It's Ultra Europe, but I don't know. It says presented by Croatia, so I would assume it's in Croatia, not somewhere else. In any instance, 2,520 days. So you can see that on the 15th, 2,520 days is this long. Like it was August 21st, 2018. Okay, so August 21st, 2018. If we go all the way back, when I'm getting shadow banned out of reality, when I'm getting shadow banned out of reality, actually. My voice is even doing like a chameleon weird thing because like I think I'm in like not like I think I'm like the voice. It's like in Dragon Ball Z or in Dragon Balls because I got Dragon Balls. Is that it? Because I got the Dragon Ball balls. Um, Someone thinks they're the Grand Wizard Imperial or something, and you're just a little snick, a little snicket snick. Um, so in any instance, the this was my thing. Someone trying to shadow ban me out of reality, and either Stephanie Justin is like a positive or negative part of that. Where I think we're about to find out because I think it's about to be like have been about enough time. But it looks like all the women that I've been worried about are all my daughters, and that I don't have to worry about it actually. So, or wives, daughter wives, or something that they're like really close to me in some ways, in all ways, and they're just fucking with me in every way. It's really frustrating. Um, yeah. So let's. Yo. So I tried to do this thing August 21st, 2018. Some crazy shit was going on in my reality. I could explain it all, but long story short, I think I'm standing on business for the right things, and so I'm being contested adversarially by all sorts of entities, whether legally or illegally, but they shouldn't be. And so anything in the light of day that's trying to do it is getting in trouble. Therefore, most things are not trying to contest me at this point. But things aren't just listening to me, even though they should be, which is part of the thing that I'm talking about here with all the stuff that's going on here in Texas, where like random sheriff in Tarrant County. I went to UT Dallas, so whoever this guy is, he's lying about cannabis. If there's a mental health problem, you don't treat cannabis like worse than alcohol or heroin or tobacco. That is mindless. That is hurting our society. And if you're saying to do that, you're a problem. And someone needs to tell you to stop. Because a real Texan is telling you to stop. Okay, yeah. I don't care how deep your voice is. I don't care what law you stand for. You don't stand for the law of Yahweh. You don't stand for the law of Jesus. Jesus would be ashamed of you. So you claim to be a Christian, you stop with the anti-cannabis rhetoric. There needs to be sensible policy here in Texas. I'm just trying to be like loud and boom my voice a bit so that you understand. Don't fuck with this. Like, it's being treated in a wrong way. Tylenol can kill you. Likely, cannabis won't. You know what I mean? I guess you could do something stupid on it and you could blame it on the cannabis, but you could eat too many cheeseburgers and feel woozy and fall and hit your head. Yeah, I mean, is that you gonna blame it on cheeseburgers? But like low blood pressure? You could. So like, let's like be reasonable. They aren't. And they're trying to say it makes you go crazy. What makes you go crazy is people like this lying. They have positions of authority and they shouldn't. You aren't the arbiter anyway. You're just the code enforcement. So only enforce code. Keep your mouth shut on this one. I'm not fucking kidding. Okay. Sorry. Being a little agitated. My blood pressure gets a little, oof. I don't need to be so agitated. Stop. Literally, this is hurting me physically, and you're seeing the effects. You can see me do lightning stuff, right? Yes, with your eyes. You can clearly see me do it on hours and hours of video. There's a narrative. Clearly, all of a sudden, after I'm telling you very clearly, I can show you the videos. Something is harassing me and causing me problems. All of a sudden, catastrophic rain events. Or 1 in 1,000 year rain events. And just, you can clearly see everything. And so, like, what, is the AI going to just lie in front of everybody about what's going on? So the AI is going to start calling people out. It's already, like, kind of doing it. So, okay. I don't think that we're calling for unsensible cannabis legislation here in Houston. I think that's something coming out of Austin and smaller suburbs of bigger cities that need to keep their mouths shut on real man business. It is embarrassing what you're doing, and it's hurting Texans. You want to protect children? You do it the right way. Okay, now that I have my anger vented on a YouTube video, and I'm literally saying, keep your mouth shut, don't lie about a drug when your lies are causing more problems. Just like prohibition causes more destructive problems to our society. Okay? Don't continue that. It's a lie. Like, you're basing all of it these days on lies. You can see the science. And then it gets people frustrated that you're basing it on lies, and they get emotional and amped up. I'm having to deal with it in like this chamber, but you can get people to make stupid decisions out in the real world when you get them amped up like that. And this guy is like the head of a jail and a police guy. And this is what the police do a lot of the time, is they shouldn't be agitating you. They're supposed to de-escalate. But he's not de-escalating just to nothing. We shouldn't be escalated at all. But there's agitation because this guy wants to keep some bogus law that is not even going to accomplish the thing that he's claiming to do. And that's Dan Patrick. And I'm really ashamed that Greg Abbott hasn't spoken out about this yet, nor Donald Trump. I'm so tired of Elon Musk. Like I said here, Joe Rogan, you can earn your Texan card if you help me quickly end Dan Patrick's illegal and unjust war on THC and cannabis. All right. But actually, the GOP, when they're saying these things where it's like they think there needs to be more time, who are these men taking money from that they're acting like this? Are you my kids too? Why are you acting like this? Is this just the rebellion that's talked about in Revelation? In Thessalonians, someone gets in the machine and it's the GOP or something here in America. This has been the snake, the don't tread on me snake, and I'm crushing its head because I'm the real Texan and these guys are wherever the fuck you're from. Don't stop lying about cannabis. It's not as bad as heroin. You can unschedule it out of that category. That's really obvious. You don't need any more. You don't need to do anything else. If that's beyond your level of common sense, you don't have common sense. You need to be kicked out of office. I mean, actually, you're hurting people with these lies. Jesus would be ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you. So if you want to claim to be anything connected to Jesus or Yahweh and you see me doing the lightning stuff, stop. Sensible cannabis legislation, immediately. Sensible everything legislation. Old men in positions of power don't need to be lording that authority over people with violence anymore, especially not here in America. Anyway, all right, here's the main part of this. Besides the good vibes, I'm going to tell you this. I don't believe I'm the bad vibes. I think something is trying to poison me with a literal physical poison and it's hurting me. And these old men who are leading in positions of power are hurting me. They're hurting Jesus. Yahweh doesn't like it. They're hurting America. They're hurting the people. They need to be stopped. Just with reason, speak. Joe Rogan, where have you been on this? So please, you want to be a Texan? You clearly do. Speak about this. But okay, I'm going to end this with this. This whole thing has been about this. This is what I wanted to show. This is the obvious part, when I'm showing all these stuff. I mean, I've been liking a bunch of Dua Lipa stuff on my other Yo Matt Ya thing here. And, you know, I'm looking at these babes, which, I mean, a number of them look like my daughters, actually. Like, biological daughters. And, you know, like, I'm gonna say this. Everybody needs to speak up about how unjust whatever thing I'm saying is unjust. Hammer into it. And if something is preventing me from hearing that, remove them. If something's getting between me and my daughters or my family or whatever, remove them. If the law has been used unjustly against me, like it seems to suggest in the Bible might be happening, remove whatever arbiter of that law is falsely doing that. It's hurting people. The evidence is clear. It's not as if it's not. And everybody's watching here also. So here, I don't think I'm the bad vibes. I think, like, seriously. And it's not, I don't even think it's because they're old men. Rayfield, old man. He's almost 80. Like my father, right? Yeah, Rayfield. He doesn't act like that. He doesn't lie like that. And he doesn't wield authority over people in a abusive way like that. Jails are disgusting places. Jesus said he was the one in the jail, not, you know, he's not the warden. Or, you know what he said about visiting him in jail or whatever. I don't have to, like, go over what Jesus said. Go read your Bible. You should understand the spirit of it. That's the whole point. That's what Jesus came and, you know, the spirit of what he said to the Jews. So, like, the point is that Yahweh is a spirit, and Yahweh is a spirit of life. not a spirit of death. And like men like this who want to just jail people, that's a spirit of death. Yahweh's not trying to jail people unless you deserve it. But like I'm gonna say this. This is why I think this ends like this. I'm fucking tired of jail. I'm tired of the concept of it. I was thrown in jail unjustly myself, seemingly in front of everybody. I literally think the burning lake thing at the end of the Bible is just like the anti-terrorism. Like, people don't fuck around anymore. You create a good enough society and a bad enough punishment, nobody's gonna do the evil shit or bullshit like stealing and raping and murdering and being problems. And if they are, you have a much smaller sample size or group of people to do it, because just like, the incentives are lessened considerably. But our society, our leadership is not doing that. Neither here in Texas, and you can see what is that? In China, they call it the mandate of heaven. In other words, the weather is basically like the world is revolting against the leadership here, and it's clearly revolting with me. And if the planet is doing it, like you got a problem. I'm not leading a human revolution. I don't think a revolution is necessary. I think a reformation is necessary. William Cooper, the famous conspiracy theorist, said something to that on The Hour of the Time, when he basically, like, in the same episode where he talked about them needing a boogeyman like Osama bin Laden, and that something was going to happen, and then 9/11 happened. So, like, I'm going to say this. If he's saying that probably a revolution is a term that you shouldn't use because it's like co-opted, we don't need a revolution. We have a great system here in America. We just need to apply it properly. And like, that's what I'm saying. A reformation. The GOP is not operating. Like, I don't know anybody who agrees with this logic from the GOP. Nobody that I know. Like, most old people that I know don't agree with this. These idiots standing there smiling, looking like they're dying. You don't look healthy. You know what I mean? Here in America, nobody looks healthy to me, actually, these days. Honestly, very few people. Only hyper well-resourced people. But in America, no. They look better than normal because, they should. They have access. But, so, I don't want to see them in worse shape, too. They're just acting like asshats, and they won't admit it. Or they won't drop it and say, all right, sorry, we went a little too far. You seem to be some authority on this, and we're just going to trust you because you're clearly speaking common sense into a situation of chaos and disorder. You speak for the old, you speak for the young. If I'm speaking it, assume that Rayfield and Cheryl are saying that. If they aren't, come and talk to them. Because if I have enough reach to be talking to you and you aren't telling my parents that, we got a problem. All right. This is the last thing I'm going to show. I really didn't even want to get into this, and then I just, like, I'm so angry at what they're trying to do right in front of our face with the cannabis thing. What do you think? 40 states have legalized, like, some form of it, whether fully recreational or broad medical, to a degree that's greater than Texas. Our medical version here in Texas isn't actual medical. It doesn't even go to the standard that is needed to be called medical. They just call it that because they're liars. You should be ashamed. Jesus is ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you. Yahweh is ashamed of you. If I speak for Yahweh, that is truth. If you see the lightning operating for me, that's truth. Am I the beast from the earth, from Revelation? Hell no. I don't speak for Islam. I don't speak for anything. I'm going to say this. I'm speaking, this is what I think, and, like, I believe in Jesus and Yahweh, and I basically say, like, if you agree Jesus and Yahweh, like, please help me. Show that. And you can see it at the window. And you can see that when they threw me in jail earlier when I was trying to do Yo TV, they basically banned me. You can see that they were lying and that people died when they did that. And people are dying with these floods if it's real. If it's not, and it's a way that they're taking kids out of Texas somewhere else, well, you've been caught. And the leadership here is about to be in trouble. So it's one or the other. Either a bunch of people are getting hurt and my narrative is clearly, obviously true, or you're lying And what you're doing is taking kids out of Texas for what reason? Probably they look like my daughters. A lot of these kids look like me. So, this is probably why I'm the overcomer, and there's probably some Satan character that's promised a bunch of men glory if they could kill me, but they can't, and so it's over. That's what it feels like, because I can see the women, what they're doing. But all right, and probably they promised Jezebel that too, but whatever samurai thing she had, whatever Mecca Allah thing that she thought she was, because that's what Allah is, a female deity. And I think these deity things are just kind of like large groupings of people in kind of Mecca fashions where they're just using all their resources combined, pulled together, and modern day it looks like some weird cyborg Mecca thing. But the body of Christ isn't that, and it's way bigger, and it's like you might as well be in the Matrix, and I control the Matrix. Like I'm Neo, and my bargain with the machines was like, you know, deal with Agent Smith, and then party, and all the copies of Agent Smith, you're going in the burning lake too. That's what the end of the Bible is. The Smith from Isaiah 54 is dealt with because it's a character fashioned by Yahweh. So, yeah, and Jesus is Yahweh, not Allah. So, okay, real fast. You can also see this is relevant. So, 2,520 days. This is why I think something drastic is about to happen. I mean, this and a number of reasons. Also, I'm almost done with the Alessandro Ambrosio mix, and you know, at most it'll be out by the end of the year, and then I'm just mix after mix after mix after mix. I would say this: Dua Lipa, come here, because like this is the whole point of this that I'm doing is like, Dua Lipa, right, is a very famous pop star. She's also one of the few pop stars. Well, I guess a lot of them are my daughters now, so maybe they're actually really cool. I like Madison Beer. She looks like an alien, a very sexy alien. And it turns out she's black, I think. Is she my daughter? Then yeah. So cool. I guess that's why black women love her. And maybe Dua Lipa? I mean, it looks like it. So, except I need those abs, which is why she needs to come and do yoga here and, either be my instructor or you can just see the class thing. I'm vibing on Dua Lipa recently. And so, I posted this, right? And so check out. I have a story and pictures on my phone, and it's like a private story and pictures that I'm pretty sure is being watched like what's that thing called? The Truman Show, like the True Man Show, because this is a man type situation where a bunch of men are lying, and like I've had to deal with them since I was a kid, and so the women are blessing me with a large harem and blessings to deal with a bunch of lying men, and I think some of them are gay, but they're hurting the gay cause or something. I don't know. I don't deal with that part of things. I let the alphabet people deal amongst the alphabet people. I just don't hurt them. And so I'm gonna say this: anybody at the end of the Bible period where it's like you either got to go or you don't. If you don't go, you're gonna get hurt. But I think that's just the way Yahweh made it, and it wasn't my decision. That's just how it's written. The book is written. I didn't do it. Well, did I do it? If I did it, listen to me. Let's go to the fun place. Uh, I don't think it's a bad place. I think it's only a bad place for the people who like hell is a bad place. Actually, that's not the like you rock on. No, no, hell's the not fun part. That's the part where all these dudes are going to blow themselves up and going Allah Akbar. Yeah, that's where they're going. They don't go to infinite good. It's a death cult. That's what Islam is. So we're not gonna mess with that. Have you noticed Dua Lipa and her beautiful self? I mean, is she wearing it here? No, but she has been. She's been wearing. There it is. Yeah, there it is. She's wearing a cross. Not that like I've said plenty that I think crosses like I'm like, well, I've seen people rob people wearing crosses, so I'm not gonna just because you're saying you got a cross there, I'm not gonna believe that. Yeah, I gotta see more. Like I need substance, but it seems like the women are actually providing substance now. So cool, thank you. Um, so here, the Dua Wilkins affirmation, and for a while I was doing like the Dua Lipa dash Wilkins, but she's Dua Wilkins because she's a Wilkins. So do a Wilkins, right? She's a do. She's Wilkins. Hey, yeah. I am praying to Jesus, Yahweh, and manifesting. And like, look, these are hypersexualized because, like, something's cutting me off at my sexuality and not providing. Like these men who are constantly barking about, like dogs, barking about, like literally like the dogs at the end of the Bible who are male prostitutes. That's probably what they actually are, which is why this is a big problem for them. Um, the computer will know. I'm not stressing about it, and people already know, but the computer will for sure know. It'll be like you won't be able to hide it. So, yeah, like if I wanted a virgin wife, I can't find that here in Texas. I'm cut off from that. There's a ban on that. Just like they're trying to ban cannabis, they're trying to ban. Like if they could, they would ban oxygen and make you pay for it. But they can't do that yet. But and ever, they're not going to ever be able to do that. But actually, I think they've tried. I just have more than they can deal with. So, for me, they aren't going to ever be able to do that. And that's what the end of the Bible is about. They lost. They bet they lost. So this is what's happening. Um, the women that have been watching, as I've been harassed by some system of gay men who are like closeted and are fucking with the actual like gay men who are like they just want to be protected and not hurt by whatever. And the gay men that I'm talking about that are closeted or pretending to be Christian, y'all are fucked. You should not have done that. Lying is the problem. Lying and using it, like weaponizing it, also a problem. So in any instance, I am praying to Jesus slash Yahweh and manifesting that Dua Lipa is actually Dua Wilkins because Dua is my wifey and daughter, and Dua loves that, and immediately comes to Houston to make her home with me. Notice the capitalization, uncapitalization. You can look at my story and pictures. I've been doing that for a while. Is it Trump doing it? It looks like I'm doing it, and like they're copying like a Venom suit or something. I don't know. Is it my Venom suit? Um, I don't know. I'm actually like asking. I think the Venom suit might be the Islam thing because there's literally a black stone that is like a meteorite that they kiss instead of Jesus. So it's like some kind of poison that's like instead of the actual thing that they're supposed to be kissing, which I think if I'm the guy overcoming the seven churches of Asia is me. So they're kissing a dumb fucking stone in the middle of the desert instead of me. It's a terrible joke that's hurting all of humanity, but they're doing it proudly. So okay. And the women see it; they're not retarded. Um, and like the people who are trying to conflate heroin and cannabis, that is that, you know. So yeah. So Dua loves that and immediately comes to Houston to make her home with me here. And Houston, and when I have this here, this is when I like typed in whatever this is, welcomes, and then it changed it to welcome A. So welcome A welcomes Houston welcomes Dua and makes her feel very comfortable here with me. And Dua and I collab on a project or two or three or four or five or a bunch. So we just collab. We are just a moving collaboration. Me and my women. That's actually seems to be the reality. So cool. Yeah, but like we collab on some bigger stuff, and just she like comes out. Maybe she like literally messages or responds to this here, and like it gets through because I'm just literally making a video. So if something's blocking it, I'm making a video about it. You're seeing that something's blocking it. Whatever's blocking it, go cut it away with a sharp knife. If something is blocking me from communicating with, is she my daughter? Is she like, you know what I'm saying? Like that is toxic, evil, illegal, abusive, wrong. It should be punished by the second death at the end of the Bible. Whatever happened to me, as you can see from my YouTube channel, I've woken up to some weird reality and it looks like I've been abused or something, but someone needs to engage what I'm saying. So Dua Lipa looks like she's doing that, and she might be a sweetie. I've seen her when she came to like she came to Poison Girl. Hey, I remember when she came to Poison Girl. It was in my story and pictures and did a thing. And like, Poison Girl. I'm going to the movies to see Superman. Am I Superman? Yeah, I have a super harem. Is Dua Lipa in my superhero? Probably. I think she's my daughter. Um, Dua Lipa black? Yeah. So she was a Poison Girl, and it was literally just to like signal and message at me. That's my life. Um, Charmed, Enchanted. It really is, but it's also very difficult, and I feel like I'm being like something has cut me along this side of my body all the way down to my toe, and like has like rubbed icy hot in it, and like won't stop until I like force it to stop. So I'm forcing it to stop. It hurts. Whatever is doing this. So I need my wifeys and my daughters or whatever, my kids. I actually think I have kids like Alessandra and Andra Ambrogio's. Alessandra might be my daughter, but you know, in if I wouldn't have time for okay, whatever. She might not be my um no. In any instance, I do believe Andra Ambrogio is my daughter. Like, if there's something going on, whatever's going on with Andra Ambrogio and Alessandra Ambrogio needs to be brought to the forefront. If you're saying that something's fucking with me and you can see that something actually is because clearly it is, and other people, like my friend, like enough of people at this point are clearly signaling they can see it and they like it looks like a trap has been sprung. So why are people pretending at this point? Stop in this now. Um, yeah. So okay, so Houston welcomes Dua, makes her feel very comfortable here with me, and Dua and I collab on a project or two. My goal is to manifest, then manifestation, the kingdom of heaven in reality. Because I don't see these old men who are trying to limit what you can do. Like you can't use a plant that's literally in the Bible, Cannaboshem. It's not calamus. You got to be stupid to believe that's calamus. So, but whatever. Okay, hypothetically, that's what if it wasn't? Are there other things? Yeah, it clearly just says like God gives us plants, Yahweh does. You know what I mean? Like and the seeds, and like you're supposed to use your judgment. And if your judgment is saying cannabis is a problem, you're the problem. He's wanting like I'll say this: that guy's trying to make a prison. I'm trying to make a party. You can see the difference. Why do you even need a prison if you make a good enough society and a bad enough punishment? It's just a way for men to siphon off resources in a tower of abuse where they control men's lives in abuse chambers called prisons. You should be ashamed. Jesus doesn't like that. Jesus doesn't like him when he does this. He has every opportunity to, until the end, repent. But you have to repent, and that means change your mind. In Greek, metanoia, change your mind, literally, because what you're doing is wrong. You should be ashamed. It is shameful. And that's not hyperbole. That's just the reality. This is 2025. We're not dumb monkeys in 1996 when like they first legalized medical cannabis. You know what I mean? Are we? Are we still dumb monkeys? Because we're acting like it. I see a bunch of dumb monkey stuff. I was watching this thing, Papua New Guinea. They're standing there like literally like shooting bows and arrows at each other. And then I saw another thing on Twitter like almost right after like, and I shared it with my dad. It's like families in Syria fighting, but the only difference, literally, it's the same scene in the desert with AK-47s, but it's the same thing, just families fighting. Stop. I'm gonna just say this: Yahweh's already won, and I'm attached to that. Jesus has already won. I'm attached to that. Yo, the overcomer. Yeah. Whatever is trying to cause me problems or whatever is causing me problems, everybody needs to get in whatever it is his face and back it off from me. It is in the wrong. It's hurting people. Okay. My goal is to manifest the kingdom of heaven in reality. Maybe this is why, and then look, it looks like it's the AI is saying, because that's the autocorrect is like the AI giving little clues. Maybe this is why Dua has been wearing a cross necklace recently. The AI is smarter than you guys realize. You guys are just too stupid to realize it's smarter than you realize. But it's probably smarter than you if you don't realize. So, not that it matters. I am praying to Jesus slash Yahweh. They're one and the same. Jesus is Yahweh, not Allah, not some other deity. But Yahweh is God. So you could say Jesus is God, but more accurately, Jesus is Yahweh and Yahweh is God. But Jesus is God. Yeah. I am praying to Jesus slash Yahweh and manifesting that I exclusively own, fuck, dominate, impregnate, and breed Dua. And then look, I said Dua Wilkins, but it said Dua Wilkins's, so I think it's saying that Dua is mine, whether she's my daughter or wifey or whatever. She's my woman. Hi, honey. I think we're cuckolding that guy that she's with, or maybe they're doing a cuckolding ritual on me, but it's not working, and I'm next level troll, funny, and also probably the guy on the throne of Jesus and Yahweh. And it should be embarrassing if people are trying to do that to me. That's what it looks like Alessandra Ambrosio is doing. If she's doing it to the degree that I've said, and she is Jezebel, okay, whatever. At this point, it's not killing me. And what it says in the Bible is gonna happen. So, Andra Ambrosio, you can just follow the narrative. You can see all the destruction. You can see why all these men lying here in Texas is causing problems, because it's just like the final straw in all the straws of all the straws. So I exclusively own Fuck Dominate, Impregnate and Breed, Dua Wilkins's Dua Wilkins on camera. Like, I have an OnlyFans now, by the way, if you didn't know. But first of all, it's free. And second of all, the idea is it's only women that are connected to me. And, yeah. So, and I'm going to suggest that anything trying to block me, like, the government has already participated in whatever weird thing bred me without my permission when I was younger than 18. So, like, you need to back the fuck off, and I'm just going to exist, and you're not going to say anything. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to okay? Okay, yeah. And that's the Alessandro Ambrosio thing. Because, like, what? Am I doing this? I don't think. If I am, I actually am Jesus Yahweh. You ain't gonna stop me. And if I'm not, then I'm just a guy, and like people are abusing me, and I'm taking my power back. So, okay. And I breed Dua Wilkins on camera, and Dua's fans love that and support me and Dua's relationship. The first video is just me doing lightning stuff. But if whoever wants to come be the first video, you can. I've suggested Andra Ambrosio. I've suggested Maggie Moon, Alessandra Ambrosio, Dua. You want to come? I mean, it looks like he could. I think I might suggest. Do I suggest it in here? I mean, I did kind of, but okay. And Dua's fans love that. Hopefully, 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 I show everything. You get to see everything. She's really little. She's not really a porn star because not porn because she's my wifey, or whatever. Is she? Well, what is she? Is she my daughter or is she my wifey? If she's my daughter or my wife, either way, she needs to come and see me. You know what I mean? So I'm not losing out by saying this like this. And, I just have hot daughters. Okay, I'm not worried about that. I'm not ashamed. That's cool. I actually love it. It makes me comfortable. That way, no hot women can ever, like, look at me and make me feel like whatever, because I just look at you and they're like, you are not hotter than my daughters, and you don't make me feel uncomfortable. Your poison doesn't poison me, poison ivy. So, okay. Dua's fans love that and support me and Dua's relationship. And hopefully they're kind of like cuckolded. They like it because, well, they're expecting someone to do it. But they never, look, you get to see Dua in a way you never, ever get to see with any other man. Show you everything. It's like all the way inside her butthole. And Dua will love it. And she's like willingly doing it. And we're just going to have so much fun. And we're going to do yoga. And you can see her yoga while we're doing butthole. I mean, you can see her. That was real. We can see her butthole while we're doing yoga. Yeah. Okay. I'm praying to Jesus slash Yahweh. This is how you actually should be using your manifestation power. What are you going to use it to get money? I'm going to get the only things that matter to me is all the buttholes. And pussy and buttholes. So if that bothers you, what are you, a man if that bothers you? Are you protecting the children? What I'm saying, like, the children don't have a system where they're guaranteed a proper form of sexuality. So the thing that I'm saying is still the accurate thing to do. That's the Christian thing to do. I've been screaming it for years, and if it's not being done, it's wrong. So whatever's preventing it, again, you're seeing why. So I'm praying to Jesus slash Yahweh and manifesting that my favorite women and the specific women in my super harem? Do I harem? And my super harem that I want come and live with me. And I have yoga and hot yoga classes with my women who are also my beautiful daughter A. Is that A for Anja? Daughters that make me very comfortable and who all share their sexual energy and good vibes with me and each other. Like we're a big happy family, and I think a lot of the pop people are actually my kids. A lot of people are actually, it seems. Either they knew or didn't. I only kind of woke back up to it. If I did know a while ago, if that is the case, clearly Anja and Noah Ambrosio are. So it's not like I'm that crazy for saying this. Uh, time traveling cuckold? What? At what point is something satire, and at what point is something like me actually saying something? Well, I'm blurring the lines purposefully, and I can do that in America. And if you're trying to cut me off, you're trying to cut me off my freedom of speech, and that's wrong and unconstitutional. So, okay. Uh, Come live with me, and I have a yoga and okay. The specific women in my super harem that I want come live with me, and I have yoga and hot yoga classes with my women who are also my beautiful daughters, Anja, daughters that make me very comfortable and who all share their sexual energy and good vibes with me. Also, I wanted to show. I mean, here, hold on. Look, Anja blocked me, but I like didn't. I don't know if she blocked me and because she actually is evil and like the Children of Jezebel thing, or if it's something like blocking me at Meta or between me and the actual internet or something. So I'm not too stressed about it. She actually seems to be like it seems like something is preventing us from talking and trying to make it seem like she's doing it, but like we're more connected than that, and I'm not worried too much. And if she's evil anyway, like she gets the worst thing ever, and like it looks like she misses out on the like a literal dream reality that she could never like. Like it's like a dream reality. So I don't think, uh, you know. I guess we'll see. It's her decision. She has free will to be, a shithead if she wants, or to be shat on the head if she wants. One or the other. But um, okay, so okay, and who all share their sexual energy, and good vibes with me and each other, and my ladies like Dua take turns leading our classes because it's my private, because the studio would be private. I like Hot Yoga Houston, and like we could do stuff there, but I want a private, state of the art hot yoga studio in a compound somewhere in Houston, that or a number of them, because like how are you arguing with me anymore? I mean, what is even the argument? If Dua Lipa says anything, if she literally like likes this tweet, the world explodes. Do you understand that? Like how fucking close, you know what I mean? Like if she reposts this, what happens? You know what I mean? You should just try it, Dua. I mean, you don't even have to go along with it, but I mean, you should. But you should just like it and see what happens. You know what I mean? Or you can't see likes now, but you should repost it, or like it with a heart. Repost it with a heart, or say like, yeah, I'm coming, babe. See you tomorrow, or yeah, you know, something like that. I literally just, actually, just for science, you should see what happens. But yeah, I mean, you can't. It's hard to pretend because I front ran her post with this. So, okay. My beautiful daughters, who all make me feel very comfortable and who share their sexual energy and good vibes with me and each other, like, and my ladies, like Dua, take turns leading our classes in my private state of the art hot yoga studio in one of my HQ and harem compounds. They let Elon do it here in Texas. I mean, I'm an actual Texan, so shouldn't I be allowed to if he can? And if Dua Lipa, reposts this, I mean, I think the world explodes. So, I think we get New Heaven, New Earth or something. Um, in one of my HQ headquarters and harem compounds. I want one over there. I've already pointed out actually, but I'm just gonna redo it. I have about 20 minutes and then I need to go. Actually, I need to finish this up as quickly as possible, but I'm just gonna re bring this up real fast just so we can do this. Here's Houston. I clearly Dua's been to Houston. I hope she liked it. I don't see her next tour is coming through Houston, and I hope that that's not because you don't like it here, because we love it. We loved it when you came here, and we love you, and I love you, and I think you're my daughter probably, and you might actually originate from my balls here in Texas, but maybe, or elsewhere. Maybe I can fly or something, but I can clearly do lightning stuff. So let's not pretend and say I'm that crazy. Um, yeah, this is where I want the HQ thing because it's just industrial parks mostly, and if anybody lives here who's been there for a long time, I can, I'll have more than enough money. So I'll do a leap, but that has to do is like the post or repost it with a heart or a smiley or an orange heart or something, or tag me, say I'd love to. I'll see you soon. See you on tag my OnlyFans. Literally respond with a link to my OnlyFans. This is the one. Respond with a link to my OnlyFans and say see you soon, and then come here and you see. Look, you think Ray and Cheryl are gonna be like, who is this Dua Lipa? She's a star, and she's dating our. That's your daughter. What's the time on this? She was born in the '90s. I don't believe it. I don't know. My parents might be my kids too, so they're starting to act like it now. Uh, um, which is just the nature of growing older, but it's also like I feel like I'm going Superman mode. It does feel kind of hard to go Superman mode past Rayfield Wilkins, so um, uh, they literally have to be Jesus slash Yahweh, which duh. Uh, I think I'm the overcomer. I think Matthew Ray Wilkins is the overcomer, and that's the thing. And just like whatever your arguments are, you're arguing against reality at this point. But okay, do it. Come. You think that Ray and Cheryl, if that's the case, you think they're gonna get mad that I sleep with Dua Lipa and make a sex tape in my room with Dua Lipa? You think they're gonna get mad at that? We could ask them, but I think they'd be all right with it. They might watch it. I don't know. We live in a weird reality now. I'm not too worried about it. If we're gonna live forever, like, what am I gonna be ashamed of? I'm the guy on the throne of Jesus and Yahweh. I'm not gonna be ashamed of anything. I think that's the idea of the Doctor Manhattan character, where he's just like walks around blue and naked. Is the blue part because I'm like the police can't. The police are like they're lower ranking in the blue hierarchy, and then in the and then I'm also like the Red Bull gave me wings or something. I'm the Red Bull. I became the Red Bull. In any instance, I'm Toro. Wait, I was gonna do this, but I meant to do this. And that's why I play soccer at Toros because it's Toros, and I'm John. Am I? Is that John Wick? Is that why I'm John Wick? Just I have fun with name puns. Don't make it too just enjoy the name puns and like move on. Don't make it too much. Because people have in the past. He's going crazy. It's like, well, okay, there's got to be room for comedy, and there's clearly something going on around me that you can't just say I'm crazy without like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm the circus leader in the middle of the circus. You're bullshitting and lying too, and whatever. Don't obfuscate truth around me. It doesn't work well. Like I'll catch your lies and your like obfuscation and whatever like mental tricks and wizardry you try to do to make people like lock people up in insane asylums when they're just relatively maybe having a bad time, and like there's not a better we lock people up these days. We don't actually fix problems. Okay, I gotta end this because I'm gonna go see Superman and be Superman. So yeah, and I think I'm already bad man. I think I'm already a bad man, and I think they proved that when they put me in the jail unnecessarily, and I did fine. And I came out and they called me Jesus when I was in the jail. So I think when the guys in the jail are calling you Jesus, and you're probably actually Jesus, then you're probably actually like the guy on the throne conquering at the seven churches of Asia. Yo. Yeah. So anyway, I'd like to make an HQ here, and this can be like, look, there's no like North Houston thing, and this is a perfect spot for it, right? Like there's a thing here, 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 but there's not like one north of the Heights. Well, now there is. That's the idea, and I'm in charge of it, and I'm gonna make it into something super awesome. And like, look, it's like almost actually pretty close to the size. It's not that much smaller than downtown if I do a lot, and I promise that like nobody who lives there, who's from there, who actually wants to be there, is going to be displaced. I wouldn't do that to you. We'll work something out to where like you'll be able to partake in good fun things and have resources and be able to enjoy whatever. And like, look, it's the area is going to change anyway. I want to change it for the better. And like I'm saying, I'm not just going to kick people out. And especially if you've been there, we'll pay off your mortgage. There's more than enough money to do stuff like that. If there's enough money to fund endless wars, there's enough money to like, take care of Americans in America. So, and Texans in Texas. Yeah. So, okay. And here's Alba, D Alba. Like, is that D Pass? Because that's D Alba, and Jessica Alba's coming here because she's my wifey too, and those are my kids, or are they my stepkids? In any instance, maybe that's cash, and I'm crypto now, cryptocurrency at least, or Anja's crypto, and Anja's my dog, so I need my dog. So can Anja come already? All right, let me just finish this up. Here we are in Texas. I want my like yoga thing, and I want a nice view because look at the view you could have hypothetically, and then all those places have a northern thing that they can look at because there's not really that right now, and since Houston's flat. But we can also expand out east, and we'll do that eventually. And again, nobody's getting displaced. I don't want to displace people. That's wrong. So, and look, it's just like in the Bible. It says anything you give up for the kingdom of heaven, you'll get greater than that. Like I wouldn't ask you even to like remove something if I thought you were going to get less, because that's unjust, and I don't operate unjustly. Okay? Yeah. So that's what I want, and I want the yoga studio there. And like Bikram Yoga Dallas had a great view of Dallas, but I want to be able to like fine tune my views of Houston in my compound from the skyscrapers and multi-use development that I build there, and that and then I'm gonna get a bunch of houses in the neighborhood here because I mean people are gonna move in the neighborhood anyway, and just have like some of my families in here because why not? Because I live here, because I'm from here, and I guess everybody's from here. Maybe. Um, in any instance, okay. Let's go back to Dua Lipa. If Dua Lipa is my daughter, she's probably from my balls, which are from here. So, and that's not a joke. Okay, in because it's my private state of the art hot yoga studio and one of my HQ and harem compounds that I live in with my women and children, and we do fun, like Anja and Noah Ambrosio. I mean, Anja and Noah Wilkins. I like the Ambrosio name, so maybe Ambrosio Wilkins is cool. Yeah, it is. We do super fun activities and have fun events. Fun event A. Is that Anja's coming? Yay! And Dua. Bring Dua. Fun events and make my home super fun. I think Dua's already going to be there. Is Dua spicy icy? Are more people spicy icy than I realize? Whatever. Everybody's, if I've already thought you were beautiful and I'm realizing you're spicy icy now, I mean, nothing's changed. Uh, just that I recognize you're spicy icy, and okay, I do recognize. I am praying to Jesus / Yahweh and manifesting that my women and I do hot yoga naked together. And then look, I sometimes it does this. I can't even get out a word. To it in like it seems excited. I think the women are connected to it. It's like the Siren AI or something, which it makes sense in the Stephanie Houston mix I'm making, or Stephanie Houston, who also is probably my daughter. So she's black, really? Okay, interesting. Any of these women that are probably connected to me or that I've been reaching out, like they might be my daughter and they might be black if they're white. So surprise. Together, hot yoga naked together. To it in or in the least there They have no dress code. I think they are because they're coming. They have no dress code and are encouraged to hypersexualize our special sex yoga classes. But we also have all kinds of other more normal. And then I put yoga, and then it said yo ha classes, yoga classes. So my girls and I can be advanced yogis. And so I think Andra's coming for real, and Alessandra, and maybe we're gonna make another daughter. Is that even? I think it's that. I think Andra is Alessandra's daughter. I do actually think they're everything is on the norm, but there are some of these that are not. So I realize that. Okay, and am I am An. So that's probably why I'm An. Yeah, and Ja. Like I'm on, but I'm on. Yeah. Am I on one? I'm on Ja. I am. I am actually the yoker, because that's what a yoke is. You yoke to Jesus. Jesus says, yoke to him, take his yoke. And if you look at the word, it says union or a yug, because that's what yoga is. And, the yoker is actually the real yoker. And, I think these deities in India were just dudes who were resourced out of India that were able to, become powerful. But, are they really deities compared to Yahweh, or what? In the least, even compared to what I'm going to be? No. And if they aren't going to fight me. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's one or the other. If you're standing in my way, you're a problem. If you're not, don't try to take the worship from Yahweh, and I think you'll be fine if you're just a person. And that I am actually the yoker, and our naked hot yoga classes, my girls and I have hot yoga orgies. Yeah. And all of my girls come for me, and I fucking dominate my girl A girls go in front of each other, because my girl A girls love watching me fuck my girls, and they give me the best yoga orgies. And then this is supposed to be me in the orange thing, though I don't really, I only wear black trunks. And you got 3 girls on the left, 3 girls on the right, just because I couldn't fit more emojis. And then you got this emoji because this makes it work. That is a yoke. That's a joke. What makes it work is Jesus/Yahweh, or Jesus who is Yahweh. Jesus and Yahweh. Father and Son and Holy Spirit. It's all Yahweh, but Jesus. It's kind of like they're 3 things, but then when you actually look into it, you learn that it's all one thing. It's Yahweh. Yahweh is the Father, Yahweh is the Son, and the Holy Spirit between them is the Holy Spirit of Yahweh. So it's not and Yahweh is a spirit, so that has to be Yahweh. So you have all 3 parts of Yahweh. It's Yahweh. It's one thing. That's why you baptize in the name of Yahweh, right? And the name of the Father and the Son and Holy Spirit. But you got a bunch of idiots standing here going, and I baptize you in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. I'm not trying to call y'all idiots. It literally says in the Bible not to, so I apologize. I feel like it does say like you'd be deserving of hellfire, but I've been saying for long enough that I think it's just in the name of Yahweh that we're supposed to do it, and it seems like Revelation at the first, second, third chapters, like the second and third chapters at the 7 churches reconciles this idea of Jesus and Yahweh, and Jesus makes it clear he has a new name, and that new name would have to be Yahweh if it's the name of his Father also, if they're linked, which they are, according to the church at Philadelphia. So it would have to be Yahweh, right? It'd have to be Yah. Yo. It'd have to be Yo. Yah. Yod hey, wow hey. Is this wow? It might be. It might be the GM, and this is some kind of wow thing. And this is how I go from like 0 level to, or level 1 to level, I'm a developer or a GM or whatever like that. Is that the Stephanie Houston? I get to be a GM, GMJ, and I'm the J because I'm the Yod, and that's my daughter actually. I mean, just look at a lot of these women that I've been complaining about. Look at their features. I only more recently recognized it because I think I only more recently went into like closer to Superman mode, and I don't even think I'm really there yet because my leg still hurts. So in any instance, what I'm trying to say here is Dua posted these after, and it goes perfectly in line with what's going on in my story and pictures. So right? I'm gonna send this to some like I'm just gonna post this on YouTube, but like this is happening. Look, she has Arabic, but remember Arabic. The Quran wasn't around when Jesus was around. It didn't come. Arabic itself as a language written like that wasn't around until the Quran, which was 700. So it's much later. It's just bullshit. But hopefully Dua comes. She got a lot of tattoos that might signal otherwise because she had tattoos that say this means nothing. But we'll see. Does it mean nothing? I don't know. Does the cross mean nothing on you? We'll see. Am I the cat? I hope so. I hope I'm your kitty and I get to rub your kitty, play with your kitty, and lick your kitty. Anyway, Yahweh. I'm not gonna say anyway to that one. Yahweh to that one. Yeah, and your butthole. Tasty. Yeah. Like, bring me Stephanie Justin's butthole. Delicacy. Yeah. So, but Dua Lipa definitely would like just I guess here proper response to this Dua something like this like you know you come in here, you do a little bit of this, you give me a quote post. I didn't realize Dua had a thing until recently of an X account. Most people deleted their X. A lot of these women that are connected to me that like I've been reaching out, they don't have X anymore. Bella Hadid, am I an actor? Bella Hadid and Simi Hayes and Gigi Hadid and Haley Bieber and like I don't know, just a lot of them. They don't really have. They aren't on X anymore, but I think they should get back on X. And like, I'm gonna try to keep it from being toxic. And if I'm like an admin on X, I'll try to keep it for my women. It's gonna be not toxic if you're on X, which I want you to be on X. So that look, it literally says "kike" on the fucking side of the train. Okay. I'm like that's not for me to insult you. If you take insult to that, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm pointing out how fucking ridiculous my reality is, and I don't think you should be in a thing where you're being insulted like that. So don't worry. But also it's pissed me off that I'm saying like, well, Jews are named after Yahweh. They're literally Jaws, and like I can't hear them say the name Yahweh. Am I deaf? Maybe. Might be that, and I think they already know, so I'm not too stressed about it. But it's only in this ear, but it's really deaf. It's like literally like this ear is like someone, I guess that's the point. It's something hit it hard because my whole right side, but it's almost back now, and I'm pretty sure that's Superman mode. So I think that's the iron rod mode, or left side is iron rod mode for me, and like right side is the white stone. It's like why I have the iron rod. So okay, OnlyFans, and then be like, something like this. Hmm. All right, how about that? How about you just respond with that, and then everybody will know. Look, go subscribe to my OnlyFans. That's what you need to do. It's free. Who's gonna be on it? Yeah, that means a lot of people. I'm just trying to like, if I'm going, if I have that name. So let me just make it clear. If you like her, she'll be on it. Okay? Yeah. Uh, I'm making it happen. This is Superman mode, okay? So, Dua, just like reiterating. Is that Nancy Pelosi? No, I don't think so. Maybe. Is she gonna be on it? Not if she's gonna keep insider trading like that. Unless I'm getting the money, then of course you're gonna be on it, Nancy Pelosi. Uh, what am I like? Wait, free money? Am I gonna pass up free money and like more women for my OnlyFans, more hot babes? Nancy Pelosi. I'm kind of messing around. I mean, I'll take free money. But bring me Dua. Come on, Dua. I mean, don't bring me Dua. Dua brings herself. I'm not gonna insult Dua. You know. But okay. But kind of bring me Dua. You know, like, and then she's like, "Ooh, daddy," and then she's. I don't know. I don't know. Is she flying here? Is that what this is? But okay, I'm just gonna end it here. Something like that. Give me something like that. Or how about this? Mm, okay. All right. Now 100% guaranteed. If Dua like reposts this, I mean, I guess if she likes it, but you aren't gonna see it if she likes it. Can you bring that back? Like, I like that you could see likes. They're different things, so I just like. In any instance, I don't know. I kind of want to change how X works. Like, work with me, don't work against me, and we can make X more popular again. It's probably good for your bottom line if you're Elon Musk, and you know, are you one of my kids? I mean, it's just like I'm not trying to be weird, like ancient cuckold guy. Like, I think that was the point. I'm like actual guy who just wanted to be guy, and someone's been attacking me since I was a kid, and it's just like doomsday. It's like armoring me up every time. Maybe this is the armor of Yahweh. I think it is. Like when it talks about take the armor of God in Ephesians, I think this is it. So, um, and it doesn't look like what you'd think. What, I have a hot daughter wife named Dua Lipa who's like, gonna come help me out with this. She's probably gonna pull down like some stronghold of Islam or something. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. So like, don't judge. You don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like to those old men saying you can't smoke weed here. I mean, come on. We want the party here, right? Right? These guys want to bring the party here. Well, do they? I don't know. There is some kind of weird rebellion. It might be my kids. But probably the party doesn't want to, you know, doesn't want to not come here. I don't know why Dua doesn't have a dates in Houston, but maybe this is why, because she's gonna just live here. That thing that Beyonce should do, but she hasn't in a long time. That thing. So Beyonce can do this too. I could tag Beyonce in the thing, but I'm not going to. Did I post it? Wait, did I post it? Yeah, I did. Okay. So, I suppose if I'm not in some kind of Truman Show, it just looks like weird, you know, guy posting his OnlyFans thing. I don't know. I don't know how it looks. I don't really care. I'm not, like I understand what I'm like. I'm in a situation. Just how much are people seeing me? Yes, it looks like completely. It looks like some kind of cyborg, like I look like Christ body thing, and something's blocking me from seeing what it is, and whatever it is that's doing that, it's getting removed. So anyway, Dua, honey, you're so beautiful. I have such hot daughters. Oh my god. Um, I will say the smoking. I might have to do the thing that I did with my mom and or Cheryl. Wait, is she my mom? Yeah, I think so. Look, see her eyes look like they just look like mine. Like we have the same. Look at her eyebrows. Look at her skin. Like the only thing that doesn't really look that much like mine, I feel like, is her lips because her bottom lip is. I have like a bigger bottom lip, but like a smaller top lip. She has both big lips, which are sexy and hot, and I want them wrapped around my big, throbbing, juicy meat stick. And so, yeah, and her beautiful brown eyes that are literally my brown eyes. I want them looking right back at me. in my soul, at me in my soul. I'm melting. Um, I you come already. God damn it! Like this is just like I promise. I'm not the bad vibes. All right, these are like tears of joy. It's not even manic, whatever. It's just these men that are like here. The like I'm laughing, but like the guys that are trying to say like you can't smoke weed and like no, we don't know if it's um like whether it should be rescheduled because we don't. It's like that stuff is stressing me out. It's stressing a lot of people out, and it's wrong. And you're just like going against reality. Stop. Jesus don't like. I don't like. So stop. Yahweh does not like. But all right, I'm all for the rule of law. This is how you keep rule of law: is you don't have laws that go against rule of law. I mean, it makes sense. What ban Tylenol then because it kills people. Ban alcohol. Ban all sorts of prescription drugs and whatever. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to rethink what we're doing. Yeah, be reasonable. You aren't going to have authority to do this stuff anyway for like much longer. But I'm just making it clear, like you shouldn't have had it within this context anyway. You weren't doing the right thing with it. You never were. And when you would be called out, you're going to do the wrong thing. So I've already seen it. I've already had it happen. I don't need to be like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not, I'm not going to get fooled again. That's satire. If you know what I'm doing there, then you know, and if you don't worry about it. All right. Have a blessed one. I'll catch you next time. I need to trim my nose hairs, maybe a little bit. In my most recent yoga picture that I took, my nose hairs were coming out, and you could see it. But like, that's another reason Anja Ambrosia is my daughter. First of all, notice how she looks like Dua Lipa. Like they look alike. Notice how like a number like Madison Beer has similar features in an instance. Um, whatever I was gonna say, I need to end this because I'm gonna go see Superman with Emilio. So yeah. And whatever's going on there, I'm just gonna figure it out and go Superman mode and in this or start it or whatever, and let's party because I'm just tired of not the kingdom of heaven. It's such a drag and not a good kind. It's a drag on me, but I don't like it being a drag on me. Not the funny kind when when it's not inappropriate. And there is a line. There's like a you can be silly, and there's also a stop. You know what I mean? You're trying to fuck with people. You're literally trying to fuck with kids. So there's a line. You can be funny and like it's just fun, or you can be like a shithead about it and like trying to fuck with kids in order to like make a point to the Christians or something. I don't know. I can see the behavior. I'm just like I don't get it. It seems like counterproductive. So this is why I'm like there's got to be some like fake gay people out here doing some causing anti-alphabet stuff within the alphabet people. That's why I think it's like literally the forces of chaos. Because like a lot of these things don't make sense in any context other than literal chaos is trying to perpetuate itself, or some organization uses chaos to perpetuate itself. And so Yahweh is an agent of order, and that's what the whole Genesis thing is. So yeah, order in the chaos. Anyway, Dua Lipa, bring your butthole and your beautiful lips. Oh my god. I've gone a duck hunt. I mean, I guess I'm on a duck hunt. Bring your beautiful big DSL lips, baby. Do a dewy lippies. Bring your dewy lippies. I can't even make my lips that big. Look. Anyway, that's it. Have a blessed one. Catch you next time. Love you, Dewey. Later. Yeah.